When political debates turn into personal clashes on live TV, you know it's more than just disagreement. It's a full-blown media moment. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you are watching from and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In this clip, Chris Cuomo goes directly after Scott Jennings, a familiar conservative voice on CNN's panel circuit, especially on Abby Phillips' show. But this isn't a calm back and forth. Cuomo comes in sharp, raising the tension almost immediately and turning a simple exchange into a confrontation. So let's get into it, because what unfolds here goes far beyond politics and straight into a clash of personalities, tone, and media performance.
You see this clip of Scott Jennings saying, how are you going to enforce it? How are you going to enforce me not saying the word illegals anymore? How are you going to do that?
Say illegals anymore, because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And how
are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No,
what are you, bully now? What are you, tough guy? Because you're talking to this kid who happens to be right, calling people illegals. They're called illegal aliens in the law. And you know what? A long time ago, Republicans and Democrats switched to undocumented. Why? Because it seemed inhuman. That's why. They changed the vernacular, and you know it. But that's not the point. The point is, how are you going to do it? What are you going to do? What are you? You're a tough guy now, huh? I thought you were just supposed to be the simpering, but, open to conversation Trump defender. Of course, I remember you when you said he was like the worst thing in the world. But everything's convenience these days, right? It's getting you paid. But be careful. If you want to be a tough guy, there are plenty of tough guys out there. You want to see how somebody can make you stop saying illegal? And then what are you going to do? Sue? Tough guy. How are you going to enforce that? So if somebody beats your ass because you're being rude and disrespectful and causing division in this country that's causing distress and pain all over the streets and making people want to hurt one another. If you really want to be a part of that, as the expression goes, FAFO, don't be a tough guy. Make tough points. But remember to be decent. You're not a tough guy, okay? You're a guy with slick to the side hair, a slick tongue, and everybody knows what you're doing. Don't be a tough guy, not you.
This is one of those moments where the line between political debate and media performance starts to blur, and it's worth breaking down why it's getting so much attention. When it comes to Chris Cuomo, opinions are already split. Some people see him as sharp and direct. Others feel he often falls into the both sides framing too easily, where criticism of one political side quickly gets balanced out by pointing fingers at the other. That style can be frustrating for viewers who feel the differences between parties in today's politics are actually pretty clear. That said, even critics would admit Cuomo isn't always off base. And in this case, he's directing that energy toward Scott Jennings, who appears regularly on CNN panels and has built a reputation for being very confident, very confrontational, and very aware of the camera. Jennings' style is often seen as performative, not just arguing points, but delivering them like he's in a debate show or even a form of political entertainment. That becomes even more interesting when you consider he's previously described his role as something closer to show business or professional wrestling than traditional analysis. Once you see it through that lens, his on-air reactions, the frustration, the confidence, the tough posture, start to look less accidental and more like part of a consistent persona. And that's exactly why Cuomo's criticism is landing so loudly online. Because it's not just about what Jennings says, it's about whether viewers believe he's actually debating ideas or performing a role built for reaction and attention.